So today we're going to be making some Pollo Asado, which is basically grilled chicken with some great Mexican seasonings on it. We're going to be doing it out on the Weber kettle. Going to be using the Santa Maria attachment from the burn shop. But first we got to get this chicken ready, we got to get it seasoned, and that starts with making the seasoning over on the stove. So I have my pan over medium heat here, and I'm going to add half a cup of olive oil. Next up, 2 teaspoons of cumin. Now we have 2 teaspoons of Mexican oregano, 2 teaspoons of a coarsely ground black pepper, 2 teaspoons of kosher salt, 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder, 3 tablespoons of minced garlic, and 2 ounces of Achiote Paste. And we're gonna cook this for several minutes until everything is blended, until this Achiote Paste is broken down. You could also sort of mix this up in a blender first and then pour it in here to get the Achiote Paste to mix more easily, but we got time here. Got all these seasonings blooming in this oil. It smells great. All right, this is looking and smelling great. And now we are going to turn the heat off and set this off the flame and let this cool down. I'm going to transfer that to a bowl once it's cooled down, and we're going to add a couple other ingredients to make our full seasoning. So here's our seasoning mixture with that Achiote Paste in there. It's cooled down, and we're going to add a couple other things now. We're going to add a half a cup of orange juice and half a cup of lime juice. And we're just going to mix this all together here in this bowl that's way too small. Should have used a bigger bowl. We'll make it work. And that Achiote Paste doesn't always dissolve. That's why you could put it in a blender. It breaks down into small pieces, so don't worry about that. We're gonna rub it all over the chicken. All right, that's looking good. Let's get our chicken out here. So what I have here is a 5-pound chicken that's been broken down into quarters. So we have our leg quarters and our breast halves. We're gonna go ahead and get all of our nice marinade in here. And we want to rub everybody, roll everybody around, get a good coating here. Now, if you wanted to, before you pour this on, you could reserve maybe, say, half a cup of the marinade and use that as a base as you're grilling it. I personally don't always find that's necessary, so personal preference. All right, this is going in the refrigerator just like this for 1 hour. You can marinate it a little longer, but it really doesn't need more than an hour or 2. So in about an hour, I'll see you outside out at the grill. All right, I have the Weber kettle going with the Santa Maria attachment, which I purchased from the burn shop quite a while back, and I love this thing. Now, I started the fire with charcoal, and I'm using hickory chunks really for the main fuel source now that we're moving forward into actually cooking. So let's go ahead and get our chicken pieces on. And I'm gonna start them skin side down today. So I'll be turning these several times today, and I like the fact that it's a quartered chicken because the breasts go to about 160, 165-ish before they're done. I like to have the leg quarters, the thighs, and the legs closer to 175, 185. Wonderful thing about the Santa Maria is I can raise and lower it if I need to increase or to decrease the temperature. So we're gonna let these go for a while, turn them a few times, and we'll check for that temperature in a little bit. Let's go ahead and give these another turn. Gonna shift some positions around here.
I don't know if you can see, I kind of tucked the wings behind here just to keep them from blocking the top of the breast. It's cooking nicely. I don't even really need to adjust the height on it right now, so we're just gonna keep going, and I'll bring you back when it's time to check that temp. We've been going about 5 more minutes now, and I do want to raise the grill just a little bit. All right, I'll bring you back when it's time to temp this chicken and see if it's done. All right, let's give our chicken a check. I'm kind of thinking the thighs might actually finish earlier because they're fairly small, those leg quarters, compared to the breasts, which are pretty big here. So let's go check them. Let's check this thigh right here. That one's showing 167. That one's showing 186. So this one is actually done. This one I want to go a little bit more. But let me check the breasts here. I think this might be the bigger one. Let me check that one. Yeah, that's showing 121. So the breasts still have a little bit to go. They're pretty thick. So I'll get the thighs off in a couple minutes, and then we will come back and check the breasts when they're close to being done. I'm guessing probably another 15 minutes. All right, the thighs are off. It's been about 15 minutes. Let's go ahead and check our breasts. That one is showing 161. This one's showing 161. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get our chicken breasts off, get them inside with the thighs so we can have a taste.
All right, I have one of our breasts here and one of our thighs. I'm just gonna slice into each of them and have a taste. If you've watched enough of my videos, you know I prefer thigh meat, but we're gonna go with the breast to start with today. Oh, that is juicy. Oh. Cheers. That is that familiar asado seasoning. You might have had it at a restaurant or some fast food place that does chicken like this. It's just terrific. There's just a real fragrance about it, and I love it on chicken anytime, but especially when you can grill it like that. Just terrific. Now let's cut some of the thigh meat here. Just such great flavor in the thigh meat with that dark meat, the extra fat in there. Oh, just love that. Cheers, number 2. So there are thousands of ways to make chicken, but if you get a chance to do it like this with those seasonings on a Santa Maria type grill or just on a regular charcoal grill, I'd say go for it.